my name is Allison. I'm the Programs, Outreach, and Youth Services Manager here at Monterey County Free Libraries. Today for Self-Care Sunday, getting ready for Thanksgiving, we have brought in our favorite chef, Chef Steve, and he is going to show us how to make pumpkin hand pies.
Hi everybody, I'm Steve, and today we're going to be making pumpkin hand pies. To make our hand pies, you will need 1 tube of pre-made croissant rolls, some pumpkin pie spice, a little extra cinnamon, a can of pumpkin puree. I would go with an organic pumpkin puree, something that doesn't have any added sugars or flavorings, regular sugar, brown sugar, and our pumpkin hand pies today are actually going to have a nice glaze on them, which is going to be just made with just powdered sugar and water.
And remind us how you make your pumpkin spice if people don't have pumpkin spice at home.
You can make pumpkin spice with a few ingredients, cinnamon, nutmeg, clove, and you do them in a equal part ratio for your cinnamon and your nutmeg, and half the amount of your ground clove. Okay, step 1, preheat your oven to 375. And then step 1B is going to be your croissant rolls here. Open these up and put them on a sheet pan. I'm going to just be using a regular cookie tray with my Silpat mat on there. Let's open this up.
This isn't sponsored content, but this Silpat that we got is probably one of the best kitchen tools we've ever purchased.
I may have mentioned it.
You can see where we purchased it.
I may have mentioned it in the first video that I did, but it's a lifesaver, and as you notice, we do use it for all of our videos here.
Yeah, Silpats for life. We didn't get a very up close on that pop. Everybody loves the pop of the Pillsbury tube.
Everybody does love the pop.
I have a friend whose girlfriend had never opened a Pillsbury tube, and he didn't tell her, and she was scared.
That's not good.
Hilarious.
So we are going to separate all of our crescent triangles. Okay, now we're ready to start our pumpkin pie filling. So for our pumpkin pie filling, we're going to start with 3/4 of a cup of pure pumpkin pie, or pure pumpkin 4 pies. It's a pure organic ground.
And this isn't, what you got is not pumpkin pie filling.
No,
it's
just
puree.
Puree of pumpkin.
Because we're going to add in our own seasonings.
We absolutely are. Into this, we are going to add 2 tablespoons each of our sugars. Our granulated sugars, not our powdered sugar.
Powdered sugar is for the glaze. So a tablespoon of brown.
2 tablespoons.
2 tablespoons of brown.
It is 1/8 of a cup.
Look at how perfect those look. Those little dummies.
Packed brown sugar is fun.
And then 2 tablespoons.
Feel free to cut the sugar down if it's too much, or if you're going to use this and you don't want to use the glaze, absolutely do not have to. We are just going to sprinkle about 1 teaspoon of our pumpkin pie spice. So we're going to mix this all together. And we have made pumpkin pie filling.
Yum, yum.
Our pumpkin pie filling is ready. We're going to put a tablespoon in the center of each of our triangles here. You're going to have a little leftover on this. Don't overfill these because they will go everywhere.
That's what I do. I always overfill things.
And then we are going to roll these up like we normally would. And we are going to pinch the ends and form a little crescent shape. So it did make kind of a mess. That's okay. That's what our silk pad is for. Our oven is preheated to 375, and these are going to go in from 11 to 13 minutes. Keep an eye on them. Don't let them burn. Every oven is a little different.
What should, if you don't have a silpat and you have spillage like that, should you clean it up?
No, just let it bake.
Okay.
If your pan is greased well enough, it won't make a difference.
Okay.
All right, let's put these in, and we'll come back to you in just a few short minutes. All right, our timer went off. Let's check and see how these turned out. Oh, look at that. Nice little croissants filled with pumpkin pie.
They really puffed up.
They look really nice. So while these are cooling slightly, we're going to go over here and we're going to make our glaze.
You can hear them. You can hear them.
They can hear them. So in my bowl here, I have a 1/4 cup of powdered sugar. And to this, I want to add a teaspoon of cinnamon. So we're going to do a little cinnamon glaze on these. And we're going to start with a teaspoon of just room temp water to this. And we're going to add more as we need to, because we want a nice thick glaze. And too much water would mean we would have to add more sugar, and we don't really want to do that. Not quite enough water, so we're going to add another teaspoon to it.
How will people know what's a good consistency for their glaze?
It should coat your spoon when you turn your spoon over, and should have a nice honey-like or maple syrup-like consistency.
Okay.
So we're going to add another one of these.
You're adding it 1 teaspoon at a time?
1 teaspoon at a time. We're almost there.
You want to get all the powdered sugar clumps.
Yeah, we want all of that
Clumpies
dissolved. So I think this is good. This is all mixed up. As we pick it up in our spoon, it drizzles.
Lovely.
All right, and this is ready to go. And we are just going to drizzle a little bit of this on all of our croissants.
Now if somebody had a, what's it called? Like a pastry brush? Is that what it's called?
A pastry brush, yeah.
They could use that, right? Get like a better coating.
Yeah, you could do that, but I think more of it would get on your brush more than anything else. If these cool completely, you can dip them as well too, like.
Because this is more. We said glaze, but this is more like a drizzle, right? Like this is a tiny bit thicker.
Well, yeah, glaze being the consistency of the product itself, almost like a donut glaze, but you could definitely cover them. You can brush that on.
This looks like chocolate. It's not. It's cinnamon.
It's cinnamon.
Chocolate wouldn't be so bad.
Oh, that'd be really good.
And while we were doing a little tidying while the little pies were cooking, we realized that with the leftover mix that we have for the center, for the filling of the pies, that can make good dipping material.
Oh, yes. Very good.
So we're probably going to dip our little pies into the extra filling. Delicious.
All right. Yeah, that's going to be really good. As these cool, so will your glaze will set up with it. And that's pretty much it.
Awesome. Well, we're going to let them cool, and then we'll come back for a taste test.
Yes. All right, they're all cooled, and we're ready to break open into them and try them out. So let's see. Got nice little pie filling. Yum. Are you ready to try?
Yes. Is that good?
That's really good. Yeah, these are great. Real easy to make, just a few ingredients, and I hope everyone out there makes these. You really need to try them. Very quick, very easy. Happy Thanksgiving.